Betnijah Laney-Hamilton. Betnijah Laney-Hamilton, the star from the New York Liberty. Guys, looks like she's going to get her contract suspended. So, Betnijah Laney-Hamilton is a champion. She is a two-way star, one of the vocal leaders of this New York Liberty team. And now, Betnijah Laney-Hamilton is expected to have her contract suspended for the entire 2025 season. That is what Liberty GM, that's what the Liberty GM had to say. Jonathan Kolb, I'm going to call him GM Jonathan. He says that more than likely, the team will suspend her contract. All right? And for some people who hear that and like, what? You're suspending Betnijah Laney-Hamilton's contract? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Well, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Let's talk about what happened. What is happening with the New York Liberty and why they are going to be making this decision. They have not made it just yet, but they will. They do plan on suspending Betnijah Laney-Hamilton's contract. So, why? Well, back in March, Betnijah Laney-Hamilton was playing with Unrivaled, and she ended up getting hurt. And in March, the Liberty announced that Betnijah Laney-Hamilton had to have surgery to repair a torn meniscus in her left knee. This was an injury that she suffered while playing in Unrivaled as a relief player. She was not even one of the original players in Unrivaled, but she was a relief player. Now, the meniscus surgery that Betnijah Laney-Hamilton had, this was not a minor cleanup surgery like Breanna Stewart had, because Breanna Stewart also had a slight surgery after the Unrivaled season was over. But the difference is that Betnijah seemed to be like a full-blown repair. And so her timeline, instead of being a couple weeks, was 5 to 6 months. That pushes her recovery and return to, at best, August, at worst, September. So could she theoretically be back for the playoffs? Sure, maybe. But let's be honest with you guys. That's a major, major risk for the New York Liberty to take, especially for a team that won the championship last year and is looking to repeat this year. And the Liberty GM made it clear that, hey, they need to be a fully formed team by September, not a team that is waiting and hoping for a player to get back from injury. All right? So now New York seems to be making that call, making the very, very tough call. They're expected to suspend Betnijah Laney-Hamilton's contract for the season. So what does that actually mean? Well, a suspension means just that. It means that that she will not be with this team for 2025, or at least on the roster playing for this team for 2025. No, the Liberty are not cutting ties with Betnijah Laney-Hamilton. This is more of a procedural move, not a punishment of a move. This is going to free up cap space. The reason for this is for cap space. This is a team that, again, as I said, they need to get back to a championship game. They need cap space. They also need roster flexibility. And by suspending her contract, they free up a roster spot. They also remove her $185,000 salary from the books, and they can use that money to get another player or another player to join this team, and probably more talented player to join this team, right? With that amount of money. And when they suspend her, instead of cutting her, they're suspending her contract. They're able to maintain exclusive negotiating rights with her in 2026, because we all know a lot of players are going to be free agents in 2026, and Betnijah Laney-Hamilton is fantastic, and it does make sense to have her rights as we head into 2026. All right, let me just address something in the chat real quick. I don't know who's doing this, but y'all please listen to Tanisha. She says, "Will y'all stop calling players thugs?" Whoever's doing that, the problem is I don't see like all the chats come really fast and I can't really see all that stuff. So I don't know who is saying that, but please be respectful. Like, here's the deal, guys. Like, I don't understand. Sometimes it's just like a wave of like horrible speech that like I don't think people would say to actual people, right? Like I talk about people and talk to people like you would if they were standing right in front of you. If there is something that you would not say if there is something that you would not say to someone who was standing right in front of you, and actually not even that, because that's treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat your brother like yourself. I mean, I say brother. Treat your fellow human being like you would want yourself to be treated. Like, come on now. Like, let's grow up. Let's grow up. Let's grow up. All right. Thank you. Okay, so let's continue on, and again, be respectful. Like, seriously, let's have different opinions and all that stuff, but like, let's be respectful. Like, I assume that everybody in this chat are adults. I assume you're an adult in this chat, and like, let's be actual adults, not immature. So I'm just saying. I don't know who said it. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but be respectful. Like, let's just let the name calling stop. Okay, let's talk basketball. Okay. Let's continue on. All right. So the New York Liberty will keep the rights to Betnijah Laney-Hamilton, which would be very important. Also, a thing to note is that I read that seems like Unrivaled is actually going to be covering her salary for 2025. So that's great. That's really, really great. So Betnijah Laney-Hamilton will just be, even though her contract is suspended, this is someone who will be able to make, she's still going to be able to make money because Unrivaled seems to be it seems like they're going to be covering her salary. All right, and so that's really great. Okay. So according to, this was an article I read in the New York Post. I'm going to quote it. But according to an article in the New York Post, it said that a Unrivaled source told the Post that they would cover Betnijah Laney-Hamilton's 2025 WNBA salary if she ended up missing the year due to injury. And so, yeah. So that's great. That is great. So she will be getting paid for this year. That is the benefit of Unrivaled. Okay, so yeah, according to the New York Post, who supposedly talked to a Unrivaled source, that is the case. All right, so I think this is great. Now, yes, injuries happen. Injuries are a thing, but I think it's awesome that Unrivaled is like, you know what? You played for us. We appreciate you. We absolutely appreciate you, and we are actually going to we're going to cover your salary. We are going to cover your salary, at least according to a Unrivaled source, according to the New York Post. So that's what they have said. I haven't seen anybody else say that, but yeah. Anyway, I think it's great that they're stepping up in that way. So make no mistake, this loss still hurts the New York Liberty. Yes, they do have another roster spot open. Yes, they do have that money that they were going to be paying Betnijah Laney-Hamilton this year. However, Betnijah Laney-Hamilton is one of one. She is a defensive anchor. She is a versatile player who usually was guarding some of the best players on the opposing team, right? She's someone who can score. In 2024, she averaged like almost 10 points a game, like 9.5 or something like that. 3.3 rebounds, 2.2 assists per game, while guarding, very, very tough players. And also, think about it this way. The New York Liberty, their best defensive players, in my opinion, last season was Betnijah Laney-Hamilton and Kayla Thornton. Both of those players are gone. Well, Kayla Thornton is gone, right? She's with the Golden State Valkyries. And you have Betnijah Laney-Hamilton, who is going to get her contract suspended. That's two really good defenders gone from New York. But it's not all doom and gloom. New York does still have some good players. They do. They got Maureen Johannes, who has rejoined this team. They got Natasha Cloud. Rebecca Gardner is finally healthy, which is great. This team does have some good talent. Okay? They got some good talent. But a thing to remember, guys, is Eurobasket happens this year. Eurobasket happens. It's gonna take place after the season starts. Eurobasket, which is where all the best teams in Europe play against each other to figure out what country is the queen of Europe, right? And these international players, really take Eurobasket serious. So New York will be without Leonie Fibic, Niara Sabli, and Maureen Johannes. They're going to be without those 3 players for a couple of weeks during the season due to Eurobasket. So that's something to keep in mind. And with that, I want to leave with this final topic. What makes all this sort of weaves all the stories that I talked about together. Here's the deal, guys. The topics I talked about today, and also the topics I'll probably continue to talk about as the season goes on. This is what makes WNBA roster building so difficult. Because you have 12 players maximum that you can have on a team. There is no injury reserve list. Every move that a team makes has weight. Every single player that is on the roster has weight. Betnijah Laney-Hamilton, her injury history is real. She has had a lot of knee surgeries, right? A lot of knee surgeries. And possibly this, being out for this season could maybe help to extend her longevity. Possibly. But this just is a reminder that these players, there's no real space for error, right? So that's why this New York Liberty team has a suspender contract and has to move on. That's why maybe Cheyenne Sellers wasn't a great fit for the Golden State Valkyries. But if they had more players on the roster and not just 12, and if they had like some sort of like development league or like whatever, then maybe she can go there instead of getting cut, right? There is so many talented players who will start up this upcoming season and not be on a team. And the WNBA, with only 12 roster spots and 11 for some teams, it just makes it that much harder to be a GM in the WNBA because you don't have a margin for error. You don't have a margin for error. 12, that's it. And you know that during the season, injuries are going to happen. And you have to make sure that those 12 players can be able to make some stuff happen, right? This is why the WNBA is so tough. And it's going to be a lot harder for these WNBA teams this year in particular because this is a Eurobasket year. We're going to see mid-season, we're going to see a lot of players leave their teams. We're going to see a lot of players leave their teams to go overseas to play in Eurobasket. And some of them may come back injured. It's just the reality of it. It's just the reality of how things are. Some players may get injured. And yes, CBA. This new CBA that the Players Association and the league are working on right now that will expire. The current CBA will expire after the season's over, but the new CBA has to address this with the onslaught of injuries that players are getting, with the just the sheer amount of just different things that can happen throughout a year. You do need more wiggle room. Teams do need more wiggle room to be able to have more players. Maybe that's, two players additional for each roster, right? And those 2 players are are considered developmental players that, work with the practice squad and like if needed, they slot in and work out with the team. Like there has to be something. I don't think that the WNBA is going to be able to have like a G League. Like I don't think that's possible. But having additional roster players that can be sort of those development players, players that can help out when others get injured or like whatever, just add a little bit more cushioning for these GMs. I think that would be amazing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. But like truly, the WNBA and the Players Association, they not only, I'm sure, the Players Association, they're very interested in the money aspect and getting players more dollars when it comes to their contracts. However, one thing that needs to be talked about is roster spots. Like it just has to. It just has to be talked about. All right? So that's the stream. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know. But anyway, that's the stream. I don't have much of anything else to say. Besides that, I do want to thank you all so much for rocking with me. You all have been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's some random talk about Sophie Cunningham in the chat. Why? Y'all know Sophie Cunningham is what's she, a black belt? Like I wouldn't want to get into a fight with her. I would not want that to happen to me. All right? I would not want that to happen to me. Anyway, y'all have a good day. I got to go to church. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. All right. Yeah. Nothing else to say. Have a good day. Be respectful. Be kind to people. Tell somebody that they matter because they truly, truly, truly do. And if no one has told you that you matter, let me tell you right now, you matter. You are important, and I'm happy that you are on this earth. Be kind, be respectful, and make this day the best day of your life because you only get one life. So you might as well do your best with it. All right? Y'all have a good day. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.